Mystical Sleep presents a European love story, how a trip with a friend turned into a romance. For more stories like this, please like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments if there are any other types of stories you'd like to hear. Now, on with the tale about Devin and Emily. Devin had always considered Emily to be his best friend. But as they grew older, he began to realize that his feelings for her were more than just friendship. He found himself constantly thinking about her, wanting to hold her hand and kiss her, but he didn't know if she felt the same way. As they planned their trip to Europe, Devin's feelings became more and more difficult to ignore. He was torn between his fear of ruining their friendship and his growing desire to tell her how he felt. They started their trip in Paris, where they strolled along the Seine River, admiring the stunning architecture of Notre Dame and the Eiffel Tower. They indulged in croissants and coffee at a charming sidewalk cafe and watched the world go by. They visited the Louvre Museum, where they marveled at the Mona Lisa and other famous works of art. They also took a romantic boat ride on the Seine at sunset, sipping on wine and taking in the beauty of the City of Lights. Next, they traveled to Venice, where they took a gondola ride through the city's winding canals, passing by colorful buildings and under small bridges. They visited St. Mark's Basilica and saw the famous mosaics and the golden altarpiece. They also walked around the Rialto Bridge and the bustling markets, trying traditional Italian food. They enjoyed a romantic dinner at a small trattoria, where they indulged in pasta and wine, listening to live music. Finally, they ended their trip in Spain, where they explored the Gothic quarter of Barcelona, visiting the Cathedral of Barcelona and admiring Gaudi's famous works, such as La Sagrada Familia and Park Güell. They also enjoyed the nightlife scene, dancing the night away at local clubs and bars. Throughout the trip, Devin couldn't help but feel a sense of longing as he watched Emily's eyes light up with wonder and excitement as she explored these beautiful cities. He found himself wanting to hold her hand, to kiss her, but he didn't know if she felt the same way. As the trip started to wind down, Devin's feelings for Emily became more and more difficult to ignore. He found himself constantly thinking about her, and he couldn't shake the feeling that there was something more between them. But he was afraid to ruin their friendship by confessing his love. One night, as they were sitting on a terrace overlooking an old town, Devin couldn't take it anymore. He built up the courage to lean in and kiss Emily. At first she was surprised, but as the kiss deepened, she let out a soft moan and wrapped her arms around him. Devin felt his heart race as the kiss became more passionate. He ran his fingers through her hair and pulled her closer, deepening the kiss even more. They were lost in the moment, their surroundings fading away as they explored each other's lips. The rest of the trip was filled with passion and romance. They couldn't keep their hands off each other, and they shared countless intimate moments together. They revisited those romantic destinations and created memories that they would never forget. They made love under the Eiffel Tower, danced the night away in Venice, and watched the sunset over the Mediterranean Sea. They knew that their relationship would change when they returned home, but they decided to enjoy the moment and make the most of their time they had left together. When it was time to leave Europe and return home, they were sad to say goodbye to the magical trip that had brought them together. They knew that they would always cherish the memories they had made, and that their love would last a lifetime. They returned home as a couple, and their relationship only continued to grow stronger. They knew that the trip to Europe would always be a special memory for them, the place where they fell in love. Good night.